screaming and screaming. These Ghanaian ghosts were punching me and kicking me, trying to so hard to make me react and everything, and it went on for hours. So I was in more distress because these Ghanaian ghosts had came to my house to torment me senselessly, and I was screaming, and my mum was on the phone to them, trying to call someone to come and the ambulance to come because I was hysterically screaming and screaming. But it was because these Ghanaian ghosts were attacking me, and these Ghanaian ghosts were attacking me. So as I was being attacked and thumped and punched and kicked in ghostly form, the fire brigade came. The hospital came, and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No." And they took me in the ambulance, and I was really stressed, and I was trying to tell them what's going on, and they couldn't understand. I ended up in the Whittington Hospital in Archway, and as I was there, I was telling them about what had happened in the church, and that they didn't understand what was going on. So they said Mark needs to come and stay with us in the hospital. And I said, no, I don't want to go into no mental hospital. I said, Mark, you have to go in, you're not well. And I said, no. I said, I was with you. So as my mum was leaving, and I was leaving with my mum, the security guards started to stop me from leaving. And I said, why are you trying to stop me? You're not going anywhere. They were going to put me in the mental institution because of how hysterical I was. So they locked me in the room. I tried to get away. I tried to escape. I tried to run out of the building to run back home, and they caught me. I was screaming, crying. It was just awful, and it's all because of these wicked Ghanaians from this Ghanaian church. These wicked Ghanaian men from the Ghanaian church had done this to me, but they came out of their bodies to torment me in my home. So as I was restrained, and they took me in, and they put me in the mental asylum in St. Anne's Hospital, I walked, and I was manhandled and restrained, and I was put in this horrible institution. It just got really dark for me. It got really, really dark because I didn't expect to go to church and then to have all this happen to me, So I was, these psychiatrists were saying, oh, how did you get here? I said, it's the people from my church, and they didn't believe it. They thought I was crazy. So while I was there, I started writing the Bible scriptures down. And I was, how long was I there for? I think I was there for about, I think I was there for a few days. And some people knew about my story. They knew what I was going to be after this prophecy was happening. So I was like, what's going on? They say, people were saying this and that and saying this about. I didn't understand at the time what was going on. And I was talking to a psychiatrist. It was just, I was there. It was horrible. Had to have my lunch there and stay there. My mum had to come and visit me there and bring clothes, bring food for me. I read my Bible there. I made myself comfortable there because obviously I wasn't leaving. And then I went to the crisis team, and they took me out the first time. And I left there, and then I carried on writing the Bible scriptures at my mum's house. And then I can't remember what it was, but I wasn't cooperating with the crisis team. So when I went back home, they brought me back in a second time. So I went in there twice. So as I went in there a second time, I just bawled my eyes out again because these crisis team purposely put me back in there because I wasn't cooperating with them when I was out. So I was there again. And while I was there the second time, I had the tribe union, and I had the solicitor, and there was the fact that I had the solicitor. This was at the tribunal. I had the solicitor. I had this what's that? What they call it? I can't remember the oh gosh, what was that other one? It was the solicitor was with me, and I can't remember that woman. I think she was like a therapist or something like that. And then on the right side was a social worker who was there as well. So she was there just to do a background check and stuff like that about me and stuff like that. And then the other one that they were saying, they said to me in the tribunal, oh, you said that you're a church or devil worshippers, and I said yes, they were. And they, because you know, these people don't go to church, so they won't know what's going on. So I didn't win my case, basically, and they thought I needed more physical help. So then professional help. So then I was there again, and I stayed there for another 5 days, and then they were going to move me to another ward. And I just asked, Mom, can you help me get me out of this place? I will cooperate with the crisis team, just get me out of this hellhole. So she said, I said I'm going to cooperate with the crisis team, and they took me out. I met one Filipino woman who was really aggressive with me because her and this other guy put me in there. So when I confronted her, she started shouting and screaming at me, saying, you weren't cooperating with us. Listen to me, don't you talk to me like that. Derek and I were trying to help you and you didn't cooperate. And so the other lady who was there, who didn't know me that well, she thought she came a bit too strong against me, and she was a bit more nicer than the Filipino lady, this other black lady. And they called me a cab, and then the cab was like even more craziness. The cab guy wasn't going to take me home until he knew that my mum was at home. But when he called, my mum was on the phone to someone else, so the cab guy couldn't get to, because he thought I was going to run and take the money and run out of the cab and not pay. So then they had to get another cab, which was going to be all paid for, and then I came to stay at my mum. And then that's where the story has to end now. That's a lot. I know that's a lot I've told you in this video. It's crazy. There's more. This is just a preview. There's more what happened. So I stayed at my mum's, and stayed there for about 2 weeks, and I'm gonna leave it there now, because I'm thinking to yourself, that's what Mark's revealed a lot. Yes, I have revealed a lot. So I'm just gonna take a break, because I've been talking a lot about what's happened. It's quite traumatizing what I went through. So I'm gonna give it a break now. So my next video will be in April. So I'll let you know by YouTube and Facebook if when my next video coming out. So I know this was quite a lot. This is really deep. This is how I've been able to tell my story for a very long time. It's only now that I've been able to tell my story for about a year now, because it was so toxic and so traumatizing. So that's why it's taken me a long time to tell you my testimony. So anyway, shalom for now. Bye bye.